Only 8 minutes late. That's all right. Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods. It's been a little bit here. Bear went on a little vacation. I went down to the old summer cave down there, so had a little bit of time away, but glad to have everyone back here with us here today. Hope you are doing well out there as well. All right, people, we've got to get right on into it here. I don't know how we've gotten this far. I don't know how we've gotten this far into everything. All along August month without doing the National Month of. So let's go ahead and get right on into it here, people. We do this on occasion here with some of you good folks out there. So let's go ahead and get right on into it here. Where am I? There I am. There's Bear. It would be the National Month in August here. That would be National Dog Month. It's Black Business Month. It's Children's Eye Health and Safety Month. There's my cursor. It's Family Fun Month. Who forgot about Family Fun Month? Not Bear. Get ready for Kindergarten Month. It's Happiness Happens Month. It's International Peace Month. It's also Medic Alert Awareness Month. I wasn't even aware that Medic Alert was still around. There you go. Bear is aware right now. Let's see, where were we? Motorsports Awareness Month. Be aware of your motorsports out there. It's National Back to School Month. National Brownies at Brunch Month? Really? Who knew? It is in addition to the National Dog Month, it's National Catfish Month, people. Yes, indeed. National Crayon Collection Month. Who knew? Try not to eat them, people. National Eye Exam Month. It's National Goat Cheese Month. It's also National Golf Month. Who knew? National Hair Loss Awareness Month. I guess if you're out there on the links, just be aware of your hair loss. National Immunization Awareness Month. Make sure you're up on all 25 of your booster shots out there. It's National Panini Month. Yes, indeed. Going with that, it's also National Sandwich Month. National Water Quality Month. It's National Wellness Month. Romance. So you're only aware of romance. Just tell your special lady out there, hey baby, it's Romance Awareness Month, but it's only gotta be this month. Oh yeah. And Spinal Muscular. Let's try that again. Spinal Muscular Atrophy Awareness Month. That is a long title, people. A very long title there. So anyways, there we go. From the nationalcalendar.com out there. Good folks out there. Yes, indeed. All right, Miguel. Good to have Miguel here. Always great to see Miguel out there. Yes, indeed. All right, let's get right on into it. If Bear can figure this thing out. It's been a minute since Bear had to do the OBS here. Let's see. There we go. There we are. Great. Actually, if you haven't checked out Bear today, on the last, I believe it was the last live show that Bear did. Where am I, people? Oh, I've got two screens and not enough going on here. Did a box open of Wraith of God out there. Very good stuff. If you do check it out. Still need to kind of get through it here, but from the bits that Bear has seen so far, I tell you what, people, it could be, people. The comic of 2020. Maybe we still got a couple more months here, people, but it is on the list out there. All right, let's get right on into it here. Hopefully the last Wraith update. Hi everyone. Hi Aaron. Well, Wraith of God is completely shipped out, with the exception of a couple wrong addresses. That's all right though. That's all right. Oh, where did I? There we go. Keep an eye on everything here, people. I tell you what. Let's see. A couple wrong addresses and a delay on 4 orders awaiting for the Raw Imagination. By the way, a very good book. Bear got that. Gosh. 2 years ago or something like that. Long before Aaron came up with the Wraith of God stuff. He was doing some of his other stuff out there. I think it's got the Garbage Man in there as well. Very good. Good stuff out there. Let's see. Finds his way back to him. All of the remaining. I tell you what, people, it is the boldness in here that completely throws Bear off sometimes. Let's see. All the books in the U.S. have been shipped out. It can take up to 8 days for delivery, so if you don't have your book by the 22nd, let me know and we'll track it down for you. With the exception of a Timmy McTimerson out there. All international customers should have received an email notification and tracking info. How long it takes you to get your books is where excuse me. As long as it takes your books to get where you're at, is a mystery to me. Sometimes reading is a mystery to Bear. If you can get your order and it's wrong or an item was left out, please let us know and we can immediately correct it. It's been an amazing and wild ride, and we want to thank all of you for being part of the Wraith of God and making it possible. The low press verse will continue and expand with the Wraith of God Blood Hunters, which is Empire Comics' next campaign. And you can start in a couple of weeks. It will be starting in a couple of weeks, but in the meantime, you can visit the pre-launch page and sign up early. Hey, look out, very cool. There's the Wraith there being attacked by, one would assume zombies. Zombies. There we go. Try saying that 3 times fast. Zombie vampires. There we go. Trying to spit it out here. You take a couple days off, people, and you forget how to talk English, I tell you what. There you go. And some space beer from, what was his name? The chimp? Merv, the Astro Chimp out there. Yes, indeed. So there you go. If you haven't checked out Wraith of God, what is wrong with you people? Crying out loud. It could be the book of the year. You're gonna have to wait for Bear's review on that one. It's been a little bit since Bear's done a review too, so plenty of stuff to look out there for. Yes, indeed. All right, let me do the thing with the thing here. Where is there's more of this space chimp out there. Yes, indeed. Let me find where Bear needs to go here next. 1 second. Let me find it. There we are. Too many tabs open here, people. There we go. There we are. It is the Impossible. By the way, Impossible Stars, a very good book. I hope people were able to check some of that out. They got the new one coming out. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. A very good book. Impossible Stars 2, the interior art is complete. This is from your boy Zach out there. He says, hi everyone. Hi, your boy. Renzo Rodriguez has completed all 58 story pages for Impossible Stars 2. That means that all of the story pages for both of the books are now complete. He says thanks. And Richard, and for some reason, puts on a Helix Nebula out there. Bear has a story. Bear has a story in the news stack there where there was an astronomer out there, and he sent out texted out or tweeted out a picture that he thought was like a nebula or a star cluster or something like that. It ended up being a chorizo. Chorizo, a little slice of salami out there. I guess, he was Italian, so I guess it could be confused one way or the other out there. Anyways, there we go. Hopefully checking out Impossible Stars 2, and also, what was the other one? Oh gosh, it's the black and white. Iron Sights. There we go. I think it's Iron Sights 3 if Bear's not mistaken out there. Yes, indeed. Alright, let me do the thing with the thing and get rid of that. And go and do the next one here, which is going to be, let's check out. If Bear can bring it up here, people. I tell you what, sometimes it just goes crazy for Bear here. There we go. I got them all out of order as well on the OBS. Yes, indeed. Also some Jawbreakers out there. The crazy $1 deal from your boy Zach. He's got a cover reveal. Actually, I can show that here. Let's reveal it. Let's reveal it for everybody. Why are we still on the Impossible Stars? Come on, Bear. Professional show. One of these days. Hi, everyone. Hi, boy. I always forget how much work goes into the coloring of each Jawbreakers covers. This one went through about 8 versions before it's done. It's the line art from Aaron Alfeche and colors by the critter out there, Kyle Ritter. He says thanks, Richard. So there you go. A very, I would say, kind of what you could call it maybe Malin-esque a little bit there. Kind of has a little bit of a John Malin look to it. With it being Jawbreakers there, you want to kind of have that continuity out there, continuity out there. I tell you what, people, I'm looking at, I think I got my thing too loud here. Test. Pardon me, Miguel. Test. Oh, that's better. There we go. Maybe a little bit loud. Trying to keep an eye on that. Anyways, what was Bear saying? I don't know what Bear was saying, but some very good artwork out there. Kind of Malin-esque, I think, there. So it looks pretty good. A little bit of a interesting look there if you've got the Jawbreaker for $1, people. It's for $1. How could you not pick that up? Yes, indeed. All right, so let me get to the. What were we doing next here? I tell you what, we'll figure it out here. We will figure it out together. Yes, we will. Where is it here? Hold on 1 second. The OBS and the other stuff is all confused here. I don't have Titan. Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, I didn't have it. Go check out Gary Shipman's Titan out there. He's got a new book out there. Go check that out on the Indiegogo out there. But let's go ahead and continue to move right along here with, if Bear can find it here. Crying out loud, people. One of these days. Not Jawbreakers. I got too much stuff here, and it's all out of order. From Clint Stoker, some folks might know him as Sweetcast out there. He's got a shipping. He is sort of in the line of the descendancy line of the Stoker. What was it? Bram Stoker, I believe, that came out with the original Dracula many moons ago. Earlier than what Bear was able to do. So kind of descendant of that. So he's coming out with his own sort of take on the Dracula book out there. So he's got a shipping update. I just got word from the printer this morning that Dracula is being put onto the truck today. I hope it's the comic and not the actual Dracula out there. They are sending me a tracking number shortly for the freight. The t-shirts have arrived. The trading cards are en route. And fulfillment could start as soon as Friday. Very good. Thank you for all of your support, and I'm really excited to share the story with all of you. Clint, yeah, I think that is kind of an interesting twist. You know, everybody's kind of, sort of done a Dracula story out there. It's kind of interesting where somebody from the same sort of lineage family kind of comes up with a new twist on a classic from I don't know, grandfather, great grandfather, great uncle, something like that. But there you go, very cool, very interesting indeed. And also, let's get it pulled up here. Where is it? Oh, one of these days, Beer. One of these days. The other comic that he has here is called FATL or FATL. However you want to describe it out there. Everyone's working really hard on FATL. Charlie, the artist there, is turning in the final 2 pages of line art. But, well, let's check him out. Let's check them out. Where are we? Wait a minute. Where am I checking it out? Oh, for crying out loud, Beer. Why is it out of order? Oh, for crying out loud. Did I even put it in here? I got FATL. Oh, for crying out loud. I could have sworn I had this in here. Anyways, a very interesting artwork there. But we decided to add another page earlier in the scene to make it really sing. So the line art is still in progress, but we are working beyond the 52 pages promised. That means the page count is a little longer, but I promise it's worth it. Colors and letters are still in progress, as well as the tying the new extended ending into the script. This has been a very good few weeks of progress, and enjoy the new pages out there. So there we go. Where the hell did I put this? I must have named it something else. Where did it go? Well, hell's bells. Anyways, just believe Bear that he did have I could have sworn I had this in here. Well, I'm not going to look all night for it, but there you go. There is some interesting stuff out of the Sweetcast universe out there, a Clint Stoker out there, so hopefully some of this stuff will all kind of come together here. Hopefully before the end of the year. That would be really nice. Yes, indeed. All right, moving somewhat, sort of, kind of, briskly along here. Which one are we gonna do here? Let me do the other one here real quick. Because we finally, I tell you what, people, we finally actually got some news in from good old Mike Miller out there. This would be for MonsterHunt II. The kind of combination of Nexus, Lonestar, and Bigfoot Bill out there. Okay, for real this time. Oh, finally. Hey, folks. Hey, Mike. Sorry for the lax updates. After some lost files, a change of staff at the printer, recreating the cover, and other random stuff at the top of me, just not making this my first priority. All of the final files are actually with the printer, and I'm waiting confirmation on when the books will go to print. Actually, I'm still waiting for the proofs. That's the next step. Should be proof, confirmation of proof, then setting a print date, and then fulfillment. Hopefully, knock on wood there. Knock on wood. As these happens, I'll try to remember to update the campaign. Cheers! Cheers, Mike. Yes, indeed. So there we go. There is Monster Hunt. That was kind of the one half of what he was doing with Lonestar out there. Monster Hunt was done with Matthew Weldon, a very great artist out there, doing some great work there. But he's actually got an update for... Oh, if Bear can ever find these things, I tell you what. One of these days, people. One of these days, Bear's just gonna go just nuts. Trying to find... Did I close it? Hold on, 1 second here, people. There he is. Okay. There was like a couple different ones, so I had to figure out which one it was here. From Lonestar. Lonestar. Holy cow, we have not heard about Lonestar in a good minute here. He's getting pages, people. A coloring update. So I found this great artist. But he wasn't great on my art. By the way, I'll show you show you some of the artwork, the other stuff that he has here just momentarily. But that, he kind of came up with, it was kind of a flat design, and we'll talk about it here in just a second. But it sounds like Mike's going to be doing the coloring himself. So let me go ahead and bring that up, because that looks a little bit better. Looks a little bit better. Plus, you can look at some nice artwork while Bear can reads along here. Let's see, I found this great colorist, but he wasn't great on my art. I loved his colors, but the rendering didn't really fit with the style of my work. So I made a deal with him. He's going to set up the colors and flats. That's what we just saw earlier there. And I'm going to just do the modeling myself. And lo and behold, he started to turn in pages already. That's a first, LOL. So anyways, there's land over the horizon now. Okay, so you're out at sea. So hopefully we can work together and get this sucker done. Here's some flats. He even did some background rendering to lighten my load. What a guy! We assume. You never know, it's 2022. It could be any number of the 57 genders out there. Yes, indeed. So that was update number 1. Let me see if I can find update number 2. I don't think I brought that up. Let me find it here. Oh, for crying out loud. Where is it? I knew it was here somewhere. Well, I thought that was somewhere. I thought he had another one. Maybe Bear was mistaken here. Nope. That's not it. Was it just the art? I think he was just showing me. Oh, for crying out loud, what's going on here? One of these days, people. One of these days. Oh, okay, there we go. It was just a very small one. He says, now we're cooking just a little sneak peek at what we've done so far. So that's the artwork. It's the artwork that you're seeing there. So, very nice. He kind of, I guess, touched it up a little bit, added his own little flair to it and everything. So, pretty cool. Pretty interesting there as far as, hopefully, we will be getting in. It's always a challenge. Bear kind of asks this often. what we're going to get first. Is it going to be Lonestar, or is it going to be Cyberfrog? Looks like Cyberfrog might be coming in at the end of the year, maybe beginning of next year. So we'll see. We'll see if Lonestar kind of gets out on time. Probably we're going to have Monster Hunt come in first, and then Lonestar. I believe they were supposed to come out together, if Bear kind of remembers correctly. I believe they launched together within like a week or a couple days or something like that together. So I think the plan was supposed to be they were supposed to come out together, but obviously that didn't work out. So not commenting on the NFT stuff or anything like that. But yeah, Lonestar, a very long gestation of a project out there. Long gestating. All right, was there, what else was there? Oh my goodness, one other thing people talk about. Let me find it here. There we go. Talk about campaigns that don't get updated very often. Let me bring it up here. We've got from Antonio Bryce, from Brand. We've got an update. I don't know which, probably like update number 4 or 5 or something like that. So let's see. I'm losing a signal here. That's what happens when you steal the neighborhood's Wi-Fi. That's all right. Moving right along, Antonio Bryce out there on new pages from Dreams and Nightmares. Hi, everyone. Hi, Antonio. It's been a minute. I've gotten several messages, just several, asking for an update, and until today, I really didn't have anything to show you from the backup story, Dreams and Nightmares. Well, what about the main story? What the anyways. First, let me share a few of the new pages Marcelo completed. We still have to work to do, but here we go. And let me find that. I think it is right here. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out here together. Oops, that's not the right one. There we go. Nope. Wait. Yeah, there we go. That's the right one. So a part of this, trying to remember because it's been a while since, yeah, oh boy, Brand. Yeah. Good to see Marco for Anthony. It has been quite a while since there has been a update, so Bear's doing this from the back recesses of his brain here. I'm trying to remember, it had something to do with Kanan White. He wasn't keeping up with the schedule, I think, so they were coming up with another artist to do I believe the Dreams and Nightmares is something of a what did he call this? A backup story. I believe it's supposed to be kind of in the past or something like. Let me scroll down and figure out if he's got more to say here. Yeah, here we go. Dreams and Nightmares is set in the present, where the main Brand story that we are continuing in Way of Gun is an origin story set 5 years in the past. Oh man, my goal has always been for the for the main story. Have David and Dawn meet, get married, and by the way, that never even happened in the first book. They never even met in the first book. If Bear remembers correctly, I don't think they had even met. So that was kind of it was drawing a lot of different separate stories and characters, and it was basically all set up. There was no real story per se. It just kind of set everything up. So, and that's been what, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, something like that. Let's see, where am I? Have David and Dawn meet, get married, and head to Vegas for the final showdown with Lionel Solomon and the Covenant. Lionel Solomon and the Covenant sounds like a funk band from the 70s. Once we do that, we can tell the next chapter of the Craven Saga. Brand, Children of Man, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Written by Eisner Award winner Mike Barron. Hopefully, that kind of was the thing with Brand there. Nothing against Antonio. It just had too many disparate pieces for a very first book, and it really needed to be kind of tailored down just to kind of tell whatever story he was trying to tell there, but just concentrated on like a couple different ones. They had a really interesting kind of fight scene, but it was pretty short, and the context was a little bit kind of off. Trying to tell too many things at once there. Let's see. Brand, God of War, and 8 Crazy Nights both will feature a dark Santanta. there we go. So, he's already got a couple books ready on the go, but we're still waiting on the second one here. Continue on. He says, Dawn is pregnant in these pages. When we did a Dame... there's another one. Holy cow. Grab something to drink here. A Dame Drops, or Dam Drops, I don't know how you pronounce it there. Something, a bear kind of checked it out one time on a lark, just happened to... I believe Mr. Drops is sort of one of those people that goes around the different food places, McDonald's or Burger King or whatever, and, you know, tries the new thing on the menu or whatever. So I went to go check that out. They had, like, I don't know, he had many thousands of subscribers. I think he was doing something on, like, a Discovery or maybe HBO or something like that. So we had plenty of people. I went to go check out Dame Drops Super Official, and it had like $4,000 on the campaign or something. So we will see. We will see if Dame Drops, however you pronounce it, even comes out. We don't even know that. I continue on. The Cravens made a cameo, and Dawn was pregnant in that comic with the first of the 3 Craven children. It also ties into the pregnant Dawn cover that Matthew Weldon did for this project, which was a nod to Demi Moore's famous Vanity Fair cover. The story is set in the same time period as Super Official. I wanted to give you a glimpse of what the stories will look like once we finish building our universe. And he's got some characters here. Let me bring those in. There we go. Let's see. You'll see more characters like Wither, new characters like Bibbit and Bobbit and Lore, more Howers and Dark Santana, and more Gaiman and Vargas. Speaking of Bibbit, I have a few character sheets that Marcelo did. That's the one you're checking out there. And I'd like to share those with you. So there you go. Very cool. I think he's keeping the style of Kanan White there. It looks pretty good. Looks kind of in that same sort of style that... You know, Kanan's got his own little sort of style that he has, but it comes pretty close. I think David was a little bit thinner, or a little bit fatter in the other comic there. He looks like he's thinned up just there. Thinned up just a little bit there. That's it for now, Antonio says. I'm looking forward to having more work to show. I really appreciate your patience as we work on completing Way of the Gun. Yes, indeed. Antonio. So there you are. There's kind of a look at what's going on kind of behind the scenes with all that stuff. So there you go. There is some of the new characters that, I don't want to say new characters, but either returning characters or some of the new characters that they're coming up with the new book. I don't think we ever had the Dark Santana fellow there. I remember seeing it in a lot of the promotion with Brand early on, but I don't recall if he was ever actually in the comic. You know, again, they show these things to kind of promote them, but it's nowhere in the book, and it's like, okay, you gotta wait till the next book. Like, okay, fine, we'll wait till the next book. And the next book takes like 2.5 years. So, you know, sometimes people just kind of either lose interest or lose focus or can't remember, okay, this character was this, or we're supposed to look out for this character, whatever. That's kind of the sort of downside you have when sometimes your campaigns take a little bit longer than expected out there. All right, is that it? Is that finally it? I tell you what, people, too many things going on here for Bear. Let's see. Let me just go through it here. Impossible Stars, did Aaron, Titan I mentioned, Fatal, Monster Hunt, Lone Star, the Jawbreakers, Dracula, Fatal, and of course, the Brand out there. Yes, indeed. So there we go. That is all of our campaign updates for you good people. All right, let me minimize this. Because Bear has just collected. I tell you what, people, all sorts of collection here. Some great news stories out there. So let's go ahead and check some of those out here. All right. First off, from let's see, who is this? USA Today. They're doing a fact check out there. Let's see. Suduka Konichi. I don't really care if I got that right or not. This lady right here is right again. Fact checked. Scientists at CERN are not opening a portal to hell. Yes, indeed. It's a fact check, people. The claim scientists at CERN are communicating with demonic entities and opening a portal to hell. In April, scientists at the European Organization for Nuclear Research, or CERN, restarted their particle accelerator, the world's largest and most powerful, after a 3-year hiatus. The accelerator, the Large Hadron Collider, has undergone repairs and upgrades, and scientists plan to use it to crash protons together and learn more about the origins of the universe. Yes, indeed. Nevertheless, social media users are suggesting that the machine has a different purpose. A Facebook post shared July 5th shows a TikTok video of a woman who claims that CERN scientists are using the machine to open a door for demons. Well, I suppose if you want your authority on demons coming in through a portal in hell, TikTok would be the place to go. If y'all, by the way, if you're a CERN scientist and you're using y'all and you're actually writing that out, I'm not sure if you're all that smart. Y'all are all that smart. If y'all don't know about CERN, it's a demonic evil machine that opens up portals to other dimensions, hell, other spiritual worlds, not heaven or bosom of Abraham. And it brings in demons, wicked spirits, high evil principalities. Reads the that is a long caption. Holy cow. How do they fit that in there? TikTok's only like a minute long. It probably took Bear 30 seconds just to read that. And similar posts have amassed hundreds of interactions on Facebook and Twitter, but the claim is baseless. There's no evidence scientists at CERN are engaged in anything other than scientific-related activities. Physics experts told USA Today scientists use the Large Hadron Collider to collide particles at very high energies to study. Well, that just says it right there. I mean, they didn't even do their own fact checking. They just relied on the physics experts there at CERN to tell them what to think. Well, I mean, not any different than any other stuff there, but Bear thought it was kind of funny that they were fact check. By the way, if you're fact checking that there are no portals to hell, don't you have to assume that hell actually exists and it's provable, and it's just that this particular portal isn't actually going to hell? Because that would be kind of a really weird thing there. So I'm not sure how they fact check that, other than just asking the scientists there, hey scientists, are you opening up a portal to hell? Oh no, of course not. No, not us. Not us at CERN. Yes, indeed. CERN equals EU equals demons. Okay, I agree with that. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you very much. There you are. Moving quickly along. Here we go. A dad invents flame... by the way, this is the New York Post and Alex Mitchell out there. Dad invents flamethrowers for kid to play with at home. Quote, best toy ever. It brings new meaning to the phrase, burn, baby, burn. Take a drink. Of course, it's got to be from Canada. A fun-loving Canadian dad, Daniel, we'll just call him Daniel, has successfully converted a household leaf blower into a flamethrower that his children use to scorch around their backyard. James, 11, and Sophie, 7, have declared it, quote, the best toy ever, in a disarming video that's now circulating the internet. To the children, it was not a deadly weapon, but more a dynamic, giggle-inducing obstacle. Their father, a 39-year-old animation worker from Prince Edward Island, told the Southwest News Service. They had a friend over to play on the patio, and we decided to let them have some supervised play with this electric leaf blower. There they are, just setting a flame in the backyard. A good deal. Relax already. The DIY device might look diabolical, but the burst of flame is actually a very harmless blaze of flame-colored silk fabric. Had some Mexican earlier, and it's coming up on beer. Mexican food, not actual Mexicans out there. His rationale: he and his wife, Mandy, are hoping to inspire creativity for the kids. Yes, indeed. With a flamethrower. So far, it's paid off, he says. The only reason the dad isn't catching heat for endangering two of his tots is because his flamethrower only expels strips of silk colored to look like realistic fire. We decided to see how the lightweight fabric might play with the blower, so Sophia grabbed a large rubber band and some tape, and we affixed it to the nozzle. The dad says the results was even more spectacular than we imagined. Large, billowing waves looked remarkably like flames, and so the device was immediately dubbed the flamethrower. There you go. Run, little kid, run! I've got a flamethrower. Yes, indeed. All right, moving quickly. You see all the tabs that I have here, people. I tell you what, I built them up. Moving quickly along. Also from the New York Post, this is Matthew Nicius, however you pronounce it. An Italian decathlete's penis kept popping out of his shorts during a race. An Italian decathlete was faced with the dilemma during a 400-meter race at the 2022 World Athletics U20 Championship in Cali, Colombia on Thursday, whether to compete with his genitalia out or covered up. Antonio Nino began the race strong, separating himself from the pack and entering the first bend in a good position to secure the race victory. But things quickly went awry once the 18-year-old began experiencing noticeable discomfort. Cameras captured Nolano, however you pronounce it, adjusting and looking down at his shorts, only to realize he had accidentally exposed himself to the thousands of fans in attendance and at home. The Italian continued to compete in the race, though was severely hampered by having to use his hands to shield his private parts throughout. Luckily, it is a very grainy picture there. He's coming around the bend. Coming from behind. But he'll catch up shortly there. Everybody else is wearing longer shorts, especially the black guys. There you go. There you are. I just gotta hold it together there. The issue continued to plague the runner as he ran down the back straight and through the final bends. He slowed down at the final stage in order to cover up for good, thus accepting last place in the contest. Not to be overlooked, however, was the runner's ability to overtake two competitors earlier in the race, despite having to readjust his bottoms all the while. One onlooker was blunt in their description of the accidentally X-rated events. Last series of the 400-meter decathlon, the Italian Alberto Norino in lane 5 begins a very well, but crossing the finish line last. He went balls out, literally, as says journalist David Sanchez de Castro on Twitter. There you go. Anyways, some interesting news from the sports world. I gotta have a little bit of sports news in our comic stuff here. Yes, indeed. Italian decathlete's penis kept popping out of his shorts during a race. Yes, indeed. Moving quickly along, I apologize, people. I was looking for the photo earlier, and it doesn't show up. I don't think it will show up. It's not showing up. I just love the title here. French scientist's photo of distant star was actually a chorizo. Yes, indeed. All right, moving quickly along. Pac-Man. We all remember Pac-Man. A Pac-Man live-action pick in works from Wayfarer Studios and Bandai Namco. Yes, indeed. Not really much to say on this. Not really much to say on this, other than maybe what the plot might be for a Pac-Man live-action pick. So you gotta wonder: is there going to be somebody dressed up like in a Pac-Man's like a costume or something like that? They're gonna go wappa 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 wappa. They're stuck in a maze somewhere. Let's see. How would that work? How would you write a Pac-Man movie? Let's see. Pac-Man has been let's see. Special Forces retiree Pac-Man is living alone or living out in the woods somewhere. With his daughter, when all of a sudden the U.S. military comes in, says, "Pac-Man, we have one more mission for you." And Pac-Man says, "No, I don't want no more missions." And so the guys leave, but then like the terrorists come and then they take his daughter. So then Pac-Man has to go out and like he's got to go to L.A. and then he's being chased or something like that. So he's got to break into a gun store and he like gets all these weapons and rocket launchers and everything, and he goes out to Catalina Island to I'm going to go find my daughter and like blows all the police up. Yes, I know that it's very similar to the movie Commando out there, but I think it could work with. Instead of Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's a guy dressed up in a Pac-Man outfit, trying to blow people up with a rocket launcher. I think that would work, or not. Either way. Moving quickly along. This is one of these things, people. I tell you, we try to say this every once in a while. You don't come here to the show to learn what's going on. You come to the show to learn what's going to go on. Gosh, how long have we been talking about The Flash here? Oh gosh, 2 months, 3 months, something like that. Very early on. Yeah, they're probably going to cancel The Flash. Yeah, it's probably right there with everything. And then, like within the past couple days or week or something like that, one news story after the next, one YouTube personality after the next. I think there was something on the Drinkers channel. I believe Overlord DVDs talking about it and all that sort of. Like this was 2 weeks ago, three weeks ago. What the heck, people? What took you people so long? Anyways, long story. Bear is just reveling in his foreknowledge of all this sort of stuff. Let's see. Bounding into comics, who is this? The great Spencer Bakuli, how do you pronounce it? The Flash star Ezra Miller says recent controversies, the result of complex mental health issues, claims to have begun ongoing treatment. Yes, indeed. Gotta get some beer. After 6 months of doing their best reverse Flash impression, the Flash star Ezra Miller has finally addressed their storm of recent controversies, attributing them to complex mental health issues and claiming to have begun ongoing treatment in order to get life back on track. Yes, indeed. In a brief statement provided exclusively to Variety on August 15th, the elusive actor, that's an interesting turn of phrase there, responded to the numerous grooming accusations, arrests, and other legal complications which he faced over the past year by explaining having recently gone through a time of intense crisis. I now understand that I am suffering complex mental health issues and have begun ongoing treatment. Well, I wonder what point along the continuum of bringing in a young Native American girl to your illegal pot farm in upstate Vermont with all of your automatic weapons. I wonder where along that line of the complex mental health issues it says, hey, yeah, I might be nuts. I might be crazy. I want to apologize to everyone that I have alarmed and upset with my past behavior. I'm committed to doing the necessary work to getting back to a healthy, safe, and productive stage in my... That's 3 things, people. Not only is he healthy, he's safe and productive. Well, I mean, that's not written by a bunch of lawyers and PR people. No. That was written with his somewhat shaky but firm hand out there. Yes, indeed. There he is. He's like, I'm going to sign that with a lightning bolt. There he goes. Miller's apology comes 3 days after an alleged insider source told The Hollywood Reporter that Warner Brothers Discovery was weighing 3 specific options for how to handle The Flash's release in light of its star's ongoing drama. Hollywood Reporter, I've been doing that months ago. Let's see, where was Bear here? Which, as the outlet noted, have done little to prevent the film from, quote, testing well amongst test audience. By the way, I want to address this here real quick because it gets repeated quite a bit. Okay, so it's testing, quote unquote, testing well. Well, they came out the other week, a couple weeks back, where the Batgirl film was not testing very well at all. Now, they came out with the Batgirl and they says, oh yeah, it's tested terribly, we gotta get rid of that. And then they're coming out with this one saying that it tests very well here for the Flash. Well, I'm wondering if this might be a little bit of messaging in between some of the different factions there at Warner Brothers Discovery. They just merged here, so you still have a number of people that have come over from either when Warner Brothers was its own little company or when they were bought out by AT&T and now by Discovery. So there might be some legacy people there that have their own sorts of fiefdoms there, and they're trying to either promote themselves or kind of demote other people out there. So some people might be really well and on the Flash bandwagon. Maybe they might be producers out there that are going to get a percentage once the movie comes out. And if they totally can the movie, they're not going to make no money off of it. And listen, let me tell you, people, plastic surgery and cocaine are not cheap at all. So I'm wondering if maybe some of the leaking that's coming out, you see some of the stuff with Doomcock or some of the other people out there, it might be from different factions out there. So when we see these testing well amongst audiences, but they're also thinking about canning it, use that with a little, take a little salt shaker out there and get a little bit of grains of salt on your hands there. These including canceling the film outright. That's where Bear's at. I think that's pretty well known here. Pulling Miller off the press release tours of the film, I don't think that's going to... we're already talking about all this stuff a little less than a year out from when it's supposed to come out. I don't think it's going to get any better. So even if they pull him off, you're probably going to have a bunch of people there asking some of the other stars. So I don't know if Ben Affleck or Michael Keaton or somebody like that is going to go out there. I forget some of the other actors in that film, but they might be asked, hey, what about that crazy dude up in the pot farm that's got the 12-year-old little girl there? So they might not want to answer that. So at that point, you're probably pulling or scaling back. Okay, you can't ask any questions about our main star in the main film about the Flash. You can't ask about any about that stuff. So I don't know if pulling him off of the press tour is going to work. And in this scenario, which ultimately came to pass, the actor seeking professional help and explaining their recent behavior in a later interview. I still think you can have that with including canceling the film. I don't think one or the other. I think you can probably have both there. What is up with the dang lighting in this? The sort of hooker in the sleazy motel room murdered sort of lighting there. The sort of detective comes in and it's got all the bad this grungy lighting. That's what this looks like, for crying out loud. I think it's the guys that did the It movie. I don't know if the sort of horror aesthetic in a Flash film kind of works. Maybe in a Batman film, but I don't know if that works enough. That would be another reason why they would pull it, but that's just Bear's opinion on that one. In the most recent incident in Miller's Wild Ride, the actor was charged by Vermont State Police with felony burglary over an incident which took place earlier this year. At approximately 5:55 p.m., the Vermont State Police was notified of a burglary complaint at a residence on County Road in the town of Sanford, Vermont. Yada, yada, yada. Very, very... It goes on. Let's see what else. I don't want to see him half naked. For crying out loud. So, anyways. The only direct mention of the film made by the newly merged entity CEO since the actor's rampage began. The head... I can never pronounce his last name. David Z out there confirmed to investors during the company's recent quarterly earning call that we have some great DC films coming up. And that would be Black Atom, Shazam, and Flash. And we're working on all of those. We're very excited about them. So that's where people are taking the Flash is still on. He says that, we have some great films coming up and we're working on all of them and we're excited, blah, 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 blah. The Flash has got to be coming out, right? 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 No, not at all. Listen, look at it this way. They spent $250, $300 million on this stupid movie here. they probably have. Bear's going to just kind of take a guess here. I bet you Black Adam's going to do really well. I bet you Black Adam, just the star power with The Rock out there, I think that's going to draw a lot of people in. The movie might not be all that great or whatever. We might find out later, Black Adam, not so much. I bet you it's going to make a whole lot of money, though. I bet you Shazam here is going to make a whole... It's Shazam 2, right? The first one made I don't know if it made a whole lot of money, but it made quite a bit for its budget, and it kind of surprised a lot of people. So I think a number of people are excited about a new Shazam movie. I bet you that one will probably do pretty well as far as the DC films coming up here. So then you got the Flash here. Okay, so you're David Z out there. Okay, you got your DC films out there, and you've got probably out of the three here, you probably got two, I would say, probably surefire hits. I would say they're going to make their money back, and then some, probably doing pretty well. And then you have the Flash there. So, okay, what's your choice here? Do you put out all three films, right? So you got two really great films, and then the Flash, and then let's just say the Flash, much like the Batgirl stuff, kind of damages the brand, especially with the crazy actor out there. Okay, if you've got two great films, why ruin it with trying to go for a third? You know, trying to gamble too much. So what Bear's kind of been saying for, months here, they're going to cancel the Flash. One of the reasons that they're going to cancel the Flash is because they can use that as a write-off. Warner Brothers is, I forget how much, 40-50 billion dollars in debt. So a $300 million film is a drop in the bucket. But if you've got Black Adam and Shazam doing really well, and you cancel the Flash, well, you can write off the Flash, $300 million. Let's say you make a really good return on the other two films. Well, you can write off that profit because you've had a film that you says, okay, we're not going to release that. We're going to take the write-off on that one. So it basically would break even as far as the tax side goes. So going ahead and getting rid of the Flash isn't going to hurt Warner Brothers financially, other than, hey, we've already had this film pretty much in the can. We just really needed the actor to kind of come through and do a good promotional campaign. It didn't sound like that they were going to do anything after the fact. The Flash was supposed to be kind of a sort of a multiverse. Actually, I've got it right here. Hold on 1 second here, people. That wasn't it. But they had a sort of a reset, a sort of a reset with their multiverse. Ben Affleck wasn't coming back. Henry Cavill might not be coming back. So they needed to get a whole different set of characters out there. So how do you do it? Multiverse, the Flash, cause something to happen. So now we've got, instead of Michael Keaton out there, Michael Keaton dies, and it's the Batgirl now is Batman or Batgirl or whatever the heck. Well, that got canceled, okay? So they got rid of all that. They're not going to do the whole Zack Snyderverse stuff. So why would they bring in the Flash? Why would they do any of that sort of stuff? That's why Bear says it's probably going to be written off. And there might be some confirmation here. Rumor, Warner Brothers Discovery Board wants to go over the CEO's head and shelve the Flash due to Ezra Miller's erratic behavior. Once again, bounding into comics and J.B. Augustine. The rest of the Warner Brothers Discovery Board might not be as enthusiastic about the Flash as David Z is. The latter is high on... I don't think that's true. I think that is the CEO being a good CEO and saying everything's great. All his products are great. There's no bad stuff out there at all. And then they quietly, go in the back and kill it. But he's not going to come out in front. Oh, yeah, it's terrible. It's all horrible. Anyways, it doesn't think Ezra Miller will get too out of control before the release date, but others aren't so confident. How much more out of control do you need to be? Whatever. According to Scoop by Twitter user Undercover Audience, Mr. Z was outvoted last Tuesday in a meeting about the movie's future as the board wants to shelve it indefinitely. Unhappy, he allegedly called for another meeting on Thursday and tried to get the results he wanted, and a shouting match reportedly ensued. And according to the undercover audience here, apparently, apparently the Z-Man got outvoted on Tuesday with regards to the Ezra situation. Majority of the WB Discovery Board wanted to indefinitely shelve the Flash, but the Z-Man was against it, so he called in another meeting today, and it sounds like there's a shouting match happening at the WB. Yes, dude. Beer saw a comment a little while back, something to the effect of, the new Warner Brothers Discovery is, putting out really great entertainment, very cliffhanging, lots of drama, lots of, stuff that's going on behind the scenes. It's just too bad that they can't show that in their movies or television shows. So I thought that was kind of an interesting way of saying it. Additionally, it's said that the Z-Man is more worried about Aquaman 2 being a dud and doesn't want to cost the studio 2 failures from DC in a row, nor see 2 pictures get delayed any further. Undercover audience goes on. He says the Z-Man doesn't have confidence and is worried about Aquaman 2. He fears Aquaman might turn out to be a major dud, so he doesn't want to get rid. Yeah, we all said that. Fellow Scooper, again, these are these are people that are relying on this as probably as an income or something like that. So maybe if things aren't actually out there, or maybe it's kind of a rumor or something like that, you might report it as true, hoping that it might come true or something like that. So that's why Bear kind of always has a little bit of a grain of salt on some of this stuff, but we'll go through it with it here. Fellow Scooper Grace Randolph jumped on the story, and though unable to verify the claims, asserts the Flash is facing its moment of truth. I think that was probably a couple months ago, but whatever. I'm not sure how true this is, re specific drama details, but I am hearing that indeed this is it, man. The moment of truth for Flash. By the way, it was wasn't it the directors of it that is directing The Flash? So it really is it, man. A developing story. Hopefully we get an answer. R.E. It's fate soon. That's from Grace Randolph. It's possible The Flash gets canceled if the situation with Miller, fraught as it is with felonies and cult-like behavior, gets worse. The release going ahead and Miller staying out of the marketing is just as likely, but as of press time, the troubled actor has chosen option C, and that's counseling. I still think they're not gonna send him out there on a marketing campaign. Okay, he comes out. Oh, he's got counseling. Okay, great. Well, it still doesn't negate all the bad stuff that you've done. So, the troubled actor reportedly is seeking treatment for quote complex mental health agitations, rather, having recently gone through a time of intense. Yeah, we all read that here. Looking crazy as hell, allegedly. I want to apologize to everyone that I've alarmed and upset with my past behavior, blah, 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 blah. Statement aside, Miller will likely have to stay out of the proceedings in the promotion of The Flash for the movie's box office to be salvageable. Again, they're going to ask the other actors about it, so I don't know how well that's going to be covered up, as it were. Bear in mind that it's not to say that the film is the problem. I don't know if that's the case, it might be, or even bad, for that matter. The Z-Man is reportedly thrilled with it, and those who are privy to reactions from the test screening testify the Flash is really good. Again, are they testifying it because they're, with the CEO there, and they really want to, hey, we have to have a good hit on a film here. Yeah, of course it's testing. They're not going to say, oh, it's testing really bad. We need to, do some other stuff. I don't think that's the case. Scrapping the Flash would be a huge mistake, said Big Screen Leaks on Twitter. Test audiences really enjoy the film, and one person told me that they've never seen an audience so into a movie or so excited to discuss it when it was done. I am going to call a massive, a pasture-like BS on that one. I'm definitely going. Come on, man. I don't. That's why Beer says. Sometimes some of these leak outlets, that's their thing. That's their. So they need to come out with some of this. Who cares if he's wrong? Well, I got another leak, the next day or something like that. So I don't think the test audience is so into a movie or so excited. That sounds like marketing BS. The Z-Man would add that he has big plans for the coming DCEU. We've seen The Flash, Black Adam, and Shazam too, he says. We're very excited about them. We've seen them. We think they're terrific. And we think we can make them even better. And that's why Bear kind of comes down on, if they're going to do anything, completely take out anything that has Ezra Miller in there. If you're going to recast, go ahead and let me put an asterisk on this. If the Flash comes out, it will probably be a recast Flash here. So that's why I think what he's saying there is even better. They're going to recast him, probably, if they end up doing it. I think it's going to be a complete waste of money. I don't think it's really going to matter. If they're going to do it, re-edit it in a way where it just scales it down to what Bear likes to call the two Batmans. So you got your Ben Affleck and you got your Michael Keaton out there. Have a fun little adventure with the two Batmans. Put it in a multiverse. That way you can say, okay, the Keaton Batman, the Ben Affleck, Zack Snyder's verse, whatever you call it, they can be kind of wiped away, and then the new. I'm not really sure how the new Patterson Batman fits in, but whatever, just have that and make it a short. Put it up on the HBO Max. Do it as maybe a 30 minutes, kind of a short, something like that. 20 minutes, something like that. Doesn't need to be anything crazy. Just reshoot. You don't even have to reshoot. Just use some of the stuff that they had there originally. Recut it up. Just make it the two Batmans. A tale of two Batmans. And leave it like that. I think that would work. YouTube personality Doomcock shares mind-blowing truth. My Batgirl was recently canceled. The Doomcock out there. Yes, indeed. All right. Bianca, good to have Bianca here. I didn't see your chat there. Great to see you here. All right. Well, I tell you what, people. That's been quite actually, let's do one more here. What the hell? Has nothing to do with the Flash or anything else. Just found it kind of funny out here. From Bleeping Computer and X Sharma, the anonymous poop gifting site has been hacked and customers have been exposed. So if you're sending poop out there, people, you better watch out. S Express, a web service that lets you send a box office of poop along with a personalized message to friends, I don't know how many friends, and enemies, has been breached after a customer spotted a vulnerability. Except in an interesting twist, rather than responsibly reporting the vulnerability, the customer, who is a known threat actor, ended up exploiting the bug and downloading the entire database. This database was then shared on a hacking forum, exposing the angry, sometimes hysterical personal messages sent by the customers with the quote-unquote gifts. Yes, indeed. So that was pretty funny indeed for Beer out there. I don't know about the rest of you. Beer's got sometimes a scatological humor out there. Yes, indeed. All right, let me get back to it here. There we are. Yes, indeed. Oh, Bianca, let's see. I didn't want to see The Flash, but after watching the Justice League Snyder cut the other day, I'm sort of in the mood for it. Again, they're not going to do anything with the Snyderverse out there. I believe it's basically been confirmed that it's dead. So for Bear, they're trying to do the Flash movie as sort of a multiverse movie, which then kind of expands out onto other stuff. So essentially, the Flash is going to be kind of your sort of central pivot point for all the other movies that they have, down on the line there. So it doesn't make any sense to Bear that they're going to get rid of the Snyderverse. They're going to get rid of all that. Ben Affleck's done. I don't know if the Wonder Woman stuff is still around. I haven't heard too much about that. I know they're supposed to do a third one, but it was kind of up in the air. Beer hasn't heard too much about it. So they're going to do the Flash. Let's just say Ezra Miller's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. He's a upstanding citizen. I don't know how well that's going to fit in with some of that stuff. If they were going to continue the Snyderverse stuff, yeah, that it would make sense. Okay, put the Flash in there because it makes sense for the the Batman versus Superman where he first came in. It would link to that. Okay, that would make sense, even though they never finished the whole Justice League. Was it a trilogy, or I think he had 4 films or something like that? So if they still had the Snyderverse, yes, it would make sense. But they're getting rid of it. They're going in a completely different direction. In addition to Ezra Miller being nuttier than elephant poop out there, I just don't see how that's going to work. Again, the 2 Batmans out there, I think that would be an interesting short. If they went the crazy route and totally reshot everything without Ezra Miller in there, that might work. To Bianca's point there, but again, that's a lot of money that they're going to have to reinvest in that movie. Is it worth it? Is it worth continuing the Zack Snyder verse for one movie, completely drop it, and then go on to other stuff? They don't have their sort of Kevin Feige over there at the DC Films. So they have a 10-year plan, but they don't really, I don't think everything's connected together. That was their problem with the original Snyderverse stuff anyways. They really needed a Ben Affleck solo film. Definitely needed a Wonder Woman solo film before they even got into the Batman versus Superman. So really, Bear would say I'd probably continue with the Black Adam stuff, make him the bad guy, the sort of Thanos in the whole DC universe. Shazam's good. The Batman, Bear has his issues with the Batman, but it's doing fine. They'll do that. I think that's probably what they're going to do. What DC's trying to do is catch a falling sword. They seem to think that the MCU is going downhill. It's going to be reset, but it's going to take a number of years. So they're going to try and boost up DC, bring DC up as the MCU is falling down. So they're going to try and become the new MCU. Oh, go check out Batman, or go check out Superman, or Flash, or whatever. I don't know if that's going to continue. I don't know if that same magic from Marvel is going to rub off on DC and continue on. I still think that there's probably going to be superhero films out there. I think it's going to be the different type of superhero film. So, what was the Will Smith movie years ago where he was a sort of superhero? Sort of in that sort of vein, or maybe something like a Wolverine or something like that, where they have it more in, or like the Captain America Winter Soldier movie, where it was more of a sort of a political thriller with superheroes involved or something like that. So I think you might have different genre type films with superheroes in there. I don't think that there's going to be a whole lot of straight superhero films other than maybe like a Batman or something like that. In the crowd that was growing up through the MCU years is older now, so they might want different, they have different expectations, different films out there. So we'll see. It's kind of a gamble. We'll see if DC kind of goes through and is able to catch that sword. Again, I think Black Adam's going to do really well. I think Shazam's going to do really well. The Batman films, again, Bear doesn't like them, but everybody else seems to like them, so that'll do really well. I think that's probably where it's going to go. But again, Bear's best guess here. Bear's best guess. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, I think that pretty well wraps everything up. It's glad to have everybody here. Great to see Miguel. I don't get to see Miguel that often, so great to see him. Good to see Marco Fuente. Jeff Potts stopped by. And of course, Bianca. People go check out Bianca's channel. He's putting out stuff every single day and just hitting it out of the park. So, Beer doesn't comment that often, but good stuff, Bianca. Good stuff. All right, everybody. You know what? All of this talk has made Beer hungry. So he's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, people. Grrr.